All right, good day, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter. For those of you that are new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit like, comment, subscribe, tap that notification bell so you can know when I am uploading to the channel. All right, you guys, so today I'm here to give you your ancestor message, and the ancestors are like trying to really get you to see what they are wanting you to see. Okay, so you guys and your ancestors are saying that like they are really wanting you to see yourself. All right, they're trying to get you to see yourself, and they are trying to get you to remember who you are. All right, and so what's happening is it's like you guys are believing in, some of you guys are believing in your false self. All right, and your ancestors are like, listen, I don't need you believing in your false self. All right, and so before you came here, everyone agreed to a contract. All right, everyone agreed to a contract, and everyone came here with the idea that they would fulfill their soul purpose and fulfill their soul destiny. And so part of what's happening to you right now is your guides and your ancestors have you in a space to where they're saying, all right, now it's time for you to really remember who you are and what you came here for. All right, and part of remembering who you are and what you came here for is making you feel like you're not doing nothing, or you're not doing enough, or you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right, and so that's that deception, and your guides and your ancestors are wanting you to be aware of that deception. And this could either be the lies that you're telling yourself or the lies that you believe in about that other people are telling you or have told you. And so that false story that has been created by you about someone else. Okay, so your guides and your ancestors are wanting you to remember who you are. All right, another thing that they're wanting you to do, they are trying to get you to take those situations and things that you have gone through and transmuting that energy into something greater. All right, it's like you can't keep holding on to the same song. You can't keep holding on to the same ideas about yourself. You can't keep singing the same tune and reliving and replaying those same stories, because they tired of hearing your excuses, and everybody else that you keep telling this stuff to is tired of hearing your excuses. Okay? They're saying that like, all right, now you can't make a diamond without pressure. Everything that is created that turns into something good has to have a little pressure to it, has to be bent and molded and excavated and all these things and extracted, whatever it is, whether it's a diamond, a jewel, a crystal, even all this jewelry that I have on my hand, some heat had to be applied to it, and some pressure had to be applied to it, and you had some welding, and some of them use like the pliers and things to bend it, and it requires that. But in the end, these things turned out to be beautiful. Okay, and so they want you to take that pain and take those situations, take those experiences and make them beautiful. All right, you need to be able to find the value in all of these things. In everything that you've experienced, you need to be able to find the value in. This is what's going to help you to create that legacy. All right, you want to leave something behind. You don't want to leave behind the sad stories. You want to leave behind something that others could remember you for. Maybe leave behind what those sad stories or those situations or those experiences that you went through. Maybe leave behind what it pushed you to do, how it pushed you to excel. Okay, but you want to leave behind this legacy, and you're going through this immense transformation. And in this transformation, it's like, it's not telling you to like move about so much. It's not telling you to go. It's telling you to chill out. It's telling you to process what it is that's happening in your life, that has happened in your life. All right? It's telling you to revisit some things. It's telling you to pay attention to things. All right? So it's not about you going through this stuff and reliving it to be sad about it. It's about you going through it and transmuting and changing your life because of it. All right, because the old you is dying. That version of yourself is dying. Okay, this right now. What's happening is you are really going through this crazy rebirth. All right, you're reconstructing your life. You're reconstructing things about your life, and you're going through this rebirth. You're going through this renewal. There is a lot that's transpiring with you right now. There is a clearing that's happening with you right now. And what your guides and your ancestors are telling you to do is that in this time, it's a lot of things that are being severed. A lot of ties that are being severed. Anything that is not in alignment with where you're headed, your soul purpose, it has to go. Okay? Anything that's not within your target, that's not aligning with that, it gotta go. You have to sever the ties. And a lot of you have been doing a lot of tie severing. It's a lot of people that you used to hang around, a lot of situations that you used to involve yourself with. You're noticing that they ain't there no more, right? And that's gonna keep happening. But it says lonely at the top, they're preparing you for something greater, darling. Preparing you for something greater. Because what is being shown, these illusions of things that are happening, you need to be prepared for the reality of what's happening. And that little phrase is gonna go over some head, but they need you to sit down for a second. And you feeling like because you're not going so fast and you're not going fast paced and you're not moving quickly that nothing's happening. Oh, something's happening. Your ancestors and your guides are telling you to keep that same energy that you would use to go fast and work your butt off for somebody else's business and work your butt off for them coins. It's the same energy that they want you to use when you go inward. They want you to now keep that same energy, and all that fast-paced stuff that you was doing on the outside for everybody else, they want you to go inside of yourself and do that stuff for yourself too. It's time for you to really get real and do that inner working. Commit to your inner work like you commit to your career, your brand, your 9 to 5. Okay, your guys, your ancestors are saying like it's the opening will reveal itself. Like you're gonna see when it's time. You're gonna see when it's time to get out that mode. Some of you guys have already went through all of this expression, and kudos to you. And this message may not be for you, but this message is for those that are having a hard time. Just remember who they are and what they came here for. If it's rough and it's a lot of resistance, then it's not in alignment. All right. If it's hard to fit, if it don't fit, it's not in alignment. Stop trying to make it fit. All right. Some of these old relationships, some of y'all are leaving relationships. Okay. You found out about that other person because you were supposed to find out about that other person. It's time for you to go. Hasta mañana. There ain't time for you to stick around. This ain't a time for you to work that out. That's out of alignment. A lot of people will try to get you to believe that certain things about love come with challenges. But anything like that, anything that's inconsistent, anything that continues to show itself and reveal itself and bring all this stuff to your doorstep is not love. And you have to understand what that love is. You have to understand what love is in itself. Because if you don't even understand love, you won't be able to attract love. You won't be able to experience love. You won't be able to have love. And if you do not have love, you don't love yourself, and you don't have some boundaries for yourself, then you won't be able to receive love in that capacity. So Source is telling you that they need you to head back home. They need you to head to the heart home. They need you to head back to what I wrote down here. They need you to head back to the chambers of your soul. Your guides and your ancestors need you to head back to the chambers of your soul. because they need you to experience that infinite love that source is going to provide. They need you to be able to feel that compassion that only source can give you. And that way you can absorb that and feel that love on a level that you haven't felt it before. This is going to require you to reflect. This is going to require you to meditate. This is going to require you to be mindful. Okay? But there's things, these things that are shaking up. These things that are shaking up in your life is for activation. You're being activated. You're being called to something greater. Something greater than that. Something greater than the mundane. Something beyond the matrix. You're different, and you're different for a reason. You're not going to be out here doing things that everybody else be doing. You finna do the things that Source is calling you to do. So therefore, in order to hear what Source is calling you to do, you have to sit with yourself and listen. That isolation is something serious. That rebirth, they want you to, guys and ancestors want you to know that there is opportunity in this silence. There is opportunity in this silence. You need to be able to hear what's being said in this silence. Because what's being revealed to you, the revelations that you are receiving in this silence, that's what's going to help you create that abundance. And you ain't going to have to chase it. You're not going to have to hunt it down. You're not going to have to hunt it down. You're not going to have to do anything. What's meant for you will be for you. And so if it's for you, it's going to be there. And if it's not for you, it's going to go away. And anything that's not for you won't remain. And anything that's for you will always be there. I know you like, oh, that's so cliche. I know y'all understand that. But listen, it's true. That's true. So your guys and your ancestors are wanting you to know that everything has value. I got like a few little handwritten things that I had to jot down real quick because it's coming real quick. But everything has value. Everything, every experience, every situation, everything, a lot of things that you feel ain't worth nothing, people that you feel ain't worth nothing, everything has value. Even them bad situations that you went through had value. Even them relationships that didn't work out had some value. You learned something in that. That was something for you to learn. It was something for you to learn about them or something for you to learn about yourself. Any experience that you go through, what are they wanting you to do? They want you to also find out what's going on with yourself. What part of that child archetype has been compromised? A lot of times people don't even understand that there are traumas that are within them until something comes along and reveals that trauma. But that's where you sit in with yourself. You can't skip over these parts. These parts, they're gonna show up whether you want them to show up or not. I remember when people used to throw away pennies because people felt like pennies didn't have value. They'll keep the nickels and the dimes and the quarters and all that and spend it because they felt like they ain't have no value. So they used to throw them away. I used to pick up pennies. A lot of people felt like pennies were lucky. I did too. And now pennies, you can sell a penny for $100. Sometimes even more, depending on the year of the penny. And now that there's a coin shortage, you can make a lot off these coins and precious metals. But back then, people didn't feel like they had value. And now here we are in 2022, and they're valuable, okay? They have more value than you thought. They're worth more than 1 cent, So you got to find the value in those things that you feel don't have value, all right? Your guys and your ancestors don't want you gossiping, all right? They don't want you being envious. They don't want you being jealous, and they don't want you around jealous people, okay? Because anytime that you're gossiping and you're being jealous and you're envious of what somebody else got going on, guess what? You're creating lack for yourself. So if you're wondering why you're in lack, if you're participating in any of those actions, then that's why. They want you to remember who you are, and that's not who you are. You develop that if that's what you're doing. If you're looking at somebody, you might not even think that you're being jealous, but you say, oh man, I started before them. Why is it that it's happening for them and not for me? You're creating lack for yourself. You just put that out in the universe. Stop that. Remember who you are. And once you remember who you are, you'll rediscover your power. Your power is on the inside. So that's why you have to go inside. That's what they're saying. They need you to go inside. You got to stop doubting yourself. All right? You got to stop thinking that you're unworthy. Got to stop thinking that you're unworthy. I'm not sure why you feel like a lot of the things are unclear. Okay? But if you're doing the necessary things that you're needing to do, I'm telling you, the answers will become clear. But you have to sit with yourself. A lot of choices. There's a choice that has to be made. It's like some of y'all are contemplating between doing something good and doing something bad, doing something righteous and doing something evil, or what's considered evil. Remember, whatever choice it is that you choose, when in whatever situation, guess what? You have to pay the price. You have to deal with the consequences. Just always remember that. So whenever you're making a decision, you have to pay the price. We have to now begin to tap into that energy, that creative energy, that feminine energy, whether male or female. There has to be a balance. And for those of you that don't respect your feminine energy, it's time for you to begin to respect it now, because you're going to need it. You're going to need to call on it. This is not a weak energy. This energy is the energy that you created. Okay? This is that energy. So it's time for you to begin to embrace that energy. It's also time for you to embrace the bull crap that you've been through. The stuff that you're ashamed of. The stuff that you don't want nobody to know about you. It's time for you to embrace that. It's time for you to embrace the roots. Embrace the things that that you feel are ugly. Embrace those things. Find the beauty within those things. Find the beauty within those things. It's a lot of these things that are unseen. You have to find the beauty within those things. And everything that is not in alignment with you has to go. They really want you to know that everything that's not in alignment with you has to go. And then even the parts of yourself that you find are ugly and unpleasant are beautiful. So they want you to see that about yourself. Okay? They are needing you to see this about yourself. They're saying that not to feed the weeds of your thoughts and the weeds in your mind, within your mind, because they don't want those negative weeds to grow. But they want you to use those weeds as medicine. Don't feed the weeds of your mind, but use those weeds as medicine. So they don't want those negative thoughts and those negative things that you think about yourself, and those belief systems that you have developed over time, that you've developed over the years. They don't want you to believe those things. No, they don't want you to feed those things, but they do want you to use them as medicine. They want you to use those things to assist you on this journey. They want you to use those things to help heal you. You know how like you got weeds outside, or you got weeds in the garden, or like certain things are considered weeds, like mint is considered a weed, lavender is considered a weed. It's so many things that are considered weed, but you could take those same weeds and use them to help heal you, cure headaches, cure nausea, help heal your wound, all kinds of things you can use these particular weeds for. A lot of people drink these weeds as tea to help them, right? And so that's what your guides and your ancestors are telling you. They are wanting you to now take those weeds that were meant to be negative and create negative emotions and create negative feelings within you, and allow those weeds to be used medicinally to help you in your healing. Okay? Let's see if there's anything else that I jotted down that the ancestors wanted, because I'm telling y'all, sometimes they be going so fast, I be having to just make little scribes, right? I be jotting stuff like all over the place. Don't even make no sense sometimes. Just be like a word or a phrase or something like that. But that's what they want you to do. Your gods and ancestors want you to remember who you are during this season. Okay, remember who you are during the season. It's time now for you guys to start using your pain for what it's supposed to be used for. It's time for you to start using your time for what it's supposed to be used for. You guys are going through so many different activations, soul activations. You guys are going through different types of portals, okay? Different type of portal activation. You guys are activating things within your DNA. Some of these things that are in your mind, like some of these negative things your ancestors saying, that it might be something from them. All right? And so now you got to heal that. Well, how do you heal that, spirit soul? Well, you're going to have to do some ancestral healing. You know? You're going to have to get down into the weeds of that. Okay? So that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this message. If you like the content on this page, go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe. All of my information is in the description below. Patreon link is in the description below. The website is in the description below. I really don't know what the schedule is going to be like in April, but I am offering ancestral therapy in April. Oh, one thing is, a lot of you guys are going to be sitting down for a minute. All right. But it's not going to be a long time. It's just going to be for a minute for you to collect your thoughts. OK, that's one main thing, for you to collect your thoughts. Every time that you're on a journey like this, sometimes you got to take time for that. OK. All right. So that's pretty much it. But again, all of the information is in the description below. All of my website information, Patreon information. If you guys are on the website and things like that, I know a lot of people be writing that chat. That's a work chat. You won't get me. All right, you won't get me. That is for work and work only. If you want to communicate with me, book a session. You know, we have to reserve our energy. We have to reserve our time. All right, and if the whole world is trying to talk to you, you know, then you ain't gonna have no energy for nothing else. So this is, you know, it's nothing wrong with communication, but, you know, you got to also have your healthy boundaries. And you can't think that your emergency is more important than everyone else's emergency, you know. So there's a certain thing called respect. There's a certain thing called understanding. And you can't expect people you can't walk around with that expectation of people just dropping whatever it is that they got going on for you. You know, that's an unhealthy expectation. And now that is something that you really need to look into and figure out which child archetype is requiring that type of attention, you guys. All right. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the message. I send love and healing to each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll holler at you.